दृष्टुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्. We have discussed the isomerism and the structural isomerism. In structural isomerism, the different structural isomerisms are chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, tautomerism, and ring chain isomerism. We have discussed chain isomerism because of different arrangement of the same carbon-carbon chain. Then position isomerism because of different position of the functional group on the same carbon-carbon chain, and functional isomerism because of the different possible functional groups. So we have discussed in the functional isomerism, we have seen an alcohol and ether, they are functional isomers, and aldehyde and ketone, they are functional isomers. Now we will come to third example, both carboxylic acid in the same functional isomerism, both carboxylic acid and ester have same molecular formula, CnH2n plus 2 O2, but different functional groups, different functional groups. Hence, an carboxylic acid is a functional isomer of ester. Both carboxylic acid and ester have the same molecular formula but different functional group. Hence, a carboxylic acid is a functional isomer of ester. What is carboxylic acid? All organic compounds are derivatives of hydrocarbon. From RH, when you remove H, put COOH. This is called carboxyl group. And so this becomes as RCOOH. What is this? CnH2n plus 2. And what is this? CnH2n plus 1, COOH. So this becomes Cn plus 1, and this becomes H2n plus 2, then O2. Could understand? Cn plus 1, 2n plus 2, O2. So n plus 1 is 1, so there is Cn H2n O2. You see, now I am correcting my formula which I have written here. That's the reason I wrote a wrong formula, and I wanted to correct, I don't want to remember the formula. So here I got the formula CnH2n O2. So this is not CnH2n plus 2, so it is CnH2n O2. So if you go from fundamental, then you will never do mistakes. So RH is all organic compounds are derivatives of hydrocarbon. RH is the hydrocarbon. And from there we remove H and attach a functional group, COH. So you got RCOH. What is RH? CnH2n plus 2. So CnH2n plus 1 is R. I write functional group COH. So C comes as n plus 1 and H becomes 2n plus 2. So my n plus 1 is n, then 2n plus 2 is 2n. So that is the way. I will not remember the formula of carboxylic acid. I can derive the formula of carboxylic acid. Then what is ester? So this RH is so from the RCOH, what is ester? An ester is a alkoxy derivative of carboxylic acid. What is ester? An ester is an alkoxy derivative of carboxylic acid. That is what is carboxylic acid? RCOOH is the carboxylic acid. So this OH group, if we take the OH group out and put OR, then we get RCOR. RCOR. So this is a ester. This compound is called ester. Then what are the name of this? How are the named? This alkane. RH is called alkane, E gone, and COH is called oic acid. So therefore, this carboxylic acid IUPAC name is alkanoic acid. This is alkanoic acid. So here it is alkoxy. So this is alkanoate, and these are, so the esters are called as alkyl alkanoate. The IUPAC name of ester is alkyl alkanoate. The common name is ester and IUPAC name is alkanoate. Now we can explain here that both carboxylic acids and alkanes, the esters, they have the same molecular formula but different structure. So carboxylic acid is RCOH and ester is RCOOR. They have the same molecular formula but different functional group. Let's take the example of C2H4O2. C2H4O2. How many carbon atoms are here? 2 carbon atoms. So let us write first the carboxylic acid. We can write the 2 carbon atoms like this and make 1 carbon atom carboxylic acid. So we got this. So now then what is this formula? So 1 gone, this CS3 and COH. So we call this compound as acetic acid. Acetic acid. And its IUPAC name, 2 carbon atoms are there. So derivative of ethane, and hydrogen gone, so E gone, and COH is called oic acid, so it is called ethanoic acid. So this is acetic acid and ethanoic acid. Now we will make it a ester. So now just when you want to write, when you write the ester of the carboxylic acid, just make a 180-degree rotation. Just you make a 180-degree rotation, you will find the ester. So first you write HOCOCS3. So we will write HCOOCS3. So this is the alkoxy group. So this is the ester. HCOOCS3 is the ester. So this is how many carbon atoms are here? 1 carbon atom. So this is what? Methyl group, and this is called formate. HCOH is called formic acid. HCOH is called formic acid. From formic acid, hydrogen gone, CH3 attached. So this is methyl, this is formate. So IUPAC name is methyl formate. Methyl formate. IUPAC name is called methyl formate. Common name is called methyl formate. IUPAC name, how many carbon atoms are here? 1 carbon. So derivative of methane. So this is called methanoate. This is methanoate. This is called methanoate. So this acetic acid is a functional derivative of methyl formate, or ethanoic acid is a functional derivative of methanoate. So both aldehydes and ketones are functional isomers, alcohols and ethers are functional isomers, and ester and carboxylic acids are functional isomers. So very easily you can say they exhibit, these aldehydes exhibit functional isomerism, compounds having same molecular formula but different structure due to different possible functional groups are exhibiting functional isomerism. Now let's come to the next one, is metamerism. So what the definition you have written? The same definition. The compounds You look to the definition I have given you. The compounds having same molecular formula but different structure due to what? Different arrangement of the carbon atoms on either side of same functional groups are said to exhibit metamerism, and each structural form is a metamer of the other. If I write the definition, the compounds having same molecular formula but different structure due to what? Now different arrangement of carbon atoms on either side of same functional group are said to exhibit metamerism, and each structural form is a metamer. Each structural form is a metamer of other. So who will exhibit? Generally this is exhibited by ethers, because ether is O and R and R. So if there are 4 carbon atoms are there in ether, one side we can write 1 carbon atom, other side we can write 3 carbon atom, or this side you can write 2 carbon atom and other side you can write 2 carbon atom. So for example, we will take this is ether. Suppose we write 2 carbon atoms this side and 2 carbon atoms this side. Another way we write O, 3 carbon atoms in right side and 1 carbon atom this. So ethers exhibit metamerism. The ethers they exhibit metamerism. So here, so if you now put the 1 CS3, 1 2 gone, CS2, 1 2 gone, so this CS2, this CS3. So this is ethyl and this is ethyl. So this is called diethyl ether. This is called diethyl ether, and its IUPAC name ethoxyethane. 2 carbon atoms are there, so it is alkane, and this is alkoxy group, hence it is called ethoxyethane. Now if you come to this CS3, O, CS2, CS2, CS3. So it is methyl and it is propyl. So what will be the common name? So while writing the common name of ether and common name of ketone, the alkyl groups are pronounced in alphabetical order. This we have read in the nomenclature chapter, that while writing the name of alkanes and while writing the name of ethers, unsymmetrical ethers and unsymmetrical ketones, the alkyl groups are written in alphabetical order. So this is methyl and this is propyl. So M comes first, so there is methyl and is N-propyl ether, because this propyl group can be of 2 types, N-propyl ether, methyl N-propyl ether. So this is now this can be also written, we can write this compound also. How? We can write this CS3 like this, O like this, then C like this, and CS3 like this, and also with CS3 this, because here 3 carbon atoms are there. These are normal. We can write in isosame. We can write also in a iso manner. So I wrote in a iso manner. So 1, 2, 3 gone. This CH. You can write this. There is nothing seen. This is also propyl. This is also propyl. This is also propyl. But difference is what? Here it is attached to one carbon atom, primary carbon atom, but here the OCH3 group is attached to secondary carbon atom. So this is isopropyl, this is methyl. So this compound is isopropyl methyl ether. So 3 metamers are there. So the compound having this compound C3H6O, C3H8O, this is the molecular formula. C4, we have a C4H10O, this is the molecular formula. C4H10O. So we can have the C4H10O, we can have C4H10O, 3 structures, 3 metamers. Because there is oxygen atom, this side 1 carbon atom, this side 3 carbon atom. So these 2 are metamers and these 2 are metamers. If you number them, 1, 2, 3. So what will be this? 1 and 3 are metamers. 1 and 3 metamers. 1 and 2 are metamers. But here, in this case, if you come to 2 and 3, they are position isomers. 2 and 3 are position isomers. 2 and 3 are position isomers. When we will discuss the last class, we will make a last class where we will take a different compounds and how to write the isomers I will teach you. So this is, I am telling, only explaining you what are different types of isomerism, structural isomerism. Now we'll come to the next type of isomerism as tautomerism. Tautomerism is a very important type of isomerism and very important type of phenomenon taking place in organic compounds. This is tautomerism. TAUTO. So here means what? Tautomerism means what? If one can exist in 2 manners simultaneously, this is called tautomerism. For example, we are very in our local language, suppose a friend, we have a friend, he tells me one thing and goes to another person, tells it differently. Then we 2 friends when meet, he will say that he was telling that you are telling like this. My friend will ask me. Then I will tell him, no bhaiya, I have not told, but he was telling me that you have told like this. Now we have known him. Now we want to confront that third person. He told me one thing and he told another thing. Then when we 2 meet, we say, my friend will tell me, bhaiya, excuse him, don't confront with him, he is a touter. He is a touter. Means what? The third person is simultaneously existing in 2 manners. The same thing, he is telling the same thing in different manner to us. Exactly same thing, tauta. That word, touter, is a use. English in word is a touter. In Odia also you have a word touter. So this is a touter, tautomerism. What happens here? The compounds having same molecular formula but different isomers having different functional groups which are spontaneously interconvertible, existing in a dynamic equilibrium. Very interesting definition. If you read the definition and understand each word, you will get a thrill out of it. So what? The compounds having same molecular formula means they are exhibiting isomerism, same molecular formula. but different, same but different functional groups. The compounds having same molecular formula, here you write, but different structure. But different structure. Different structure having different functional groups, having different functional groups which are spontaneously interconvertible, spontaneously interconvertible, existing in a dynamic equilibrium. What is dynamic equilibrium? If you have A plus B, they react to form C plus D, undergoing a reversible reaction. They are equilibrium. AB is present, this is a reactant. CD is present, they are the product. When reactant and product, they are existing simultaneously, we say that they are undergoing reversible reaction, and they are in equilibrium when their concentration will not change. When the concentration of A plus B and concentration of C plus D will remain constant, will remain unchanged, we say they are under dynamic equilibrium. So AB is converted to C plus D, C plus D is converted to A plus B. So that is, they are existing dynamic equilibrium. Here what is happening? Suppose there is a compound, that compound can exist as A and can exist as B. Due to what? Different functional groups. So then what they are? Functional isomers. It's a type of functional isomerism. But what is happening? They are simultaneously existing. A is existing and B is existing, they are together. A is becoming B and B is becoming A. Spontaneously interconvertible. Spontaneously interconvertible. And they are existing. Concentration of A and concentration of B remains constant. Remains constant without undergoing any change. Without undergoing any change, if the temperature and pressure are maintained constant, then we say they are under equilibrium. So the compounds having same molecular formula but different structure, having different functional groups which are spontaneously interconvertible and existing in dynamic equilibrium are said to exhibit tautomerism. Said to exhibit tautomerism. The compounds having same molecular formula but different structure due to different functional groups. So everything you can put in one. You can write the different compounds, different functional groups they will have. Both the isomers will spontaneously exist and they are undergoing change, dynamic equilibrium. Then we will say that they are exhibiting tautomerism. So here both are existing, both the compounds are existing together. But then how it differs from functional isomerism? For example, isopropyl alcohol is a different compound and N-propyl alcohol is a different compound. N-propyl alcohol gives us aldehyde, isopropyl alcohol gives us ketone. They are not simultaneously existing. They are two different compounds. But here what is happening? Both the functional isomers simultaneously exist and they are spontaneously interconvertible. they are spontaneously interconvertible, then we say that they are exhibiting tautomerism. One example I can give you, acetyl acetone. Children, I will be appealing to all of you one big question, that never think organic chemistry is a volatile. Many of people, they say that is a volatile chemistry, you have to remember. I say we will not remember, we will understand. I have been impressing you. If you learn, you understand. When you understand, you earn the knowledge, and the same knowledge remains you as a wisdom yours. It increases your wisdom. So try to understand and write, then you will never forget and you will never try to remember. I want to write the structure of acetyl acetone. Who is the parent compound? Acetone. Who is the parent compound here? CH3, CO, CH3 is acetone. And what has happened? Acetyl. What is acetyl? A substitution. What is acetyl? Substitution. Let me know what is acetyl. If I once know why it is called acetyl, then there will not be a problem for me. So this is acetic acid, CH3, CO, OH is acetic acid. From acetic acid, if I remove OH, I get CH3CO. So this is acetic acid. Now it is no more acid. Is it acid? No more acid. So I say acid gone. If you compare this is acetic acid. Now OH gone. OH gone. Who will remain? CH3CO. I want to name it. It is no more acid. So I will remove acid. What has happened? Valency is free. Valency is free. So when valency is free, I write YL. Methane, CH4. Hydrogen gone. CH3. Methane, I write methyl. So here acetic acid. So this is called acetyl. So CH3CO group is called acetyl. So now what will I do? Acetyl acetone structure I will write. So this is CH3, CO, CH3. I will remove one hydrogen from this place and write acetyl group there. So this is acetyl and this is acetone. So this compound is acetyl acetone. This compound is acetyl acetone. Now this acetyl acetone is exhibiting tautomerism. It can remain in two structural forms. See, this is CH3, CO, CS2. So if I write CS2, I can write the two hydrogen atom like this, and CO, CS3. So both, this is a functional group and this is a functional group. Both are negative groups. You have read in your initially when you have read organic chemistry, you must have learned that carbonyl group is a negative group, the CO group is a negative group. So this, they are active groups. So there is always a flow of electron takes place toward this place. So this carbon atom, so this becomes negative and this becomes positive. So here, so this hydrogen atom now can go to this place. So this compound can exist as CH3, C, OH, CH, double bond CH, CO, CH3. Now you see here there is no keto group. So here it is a keto group. It is a keto group. Both are, so this is called keto form. This is also acetyl acetone. This is a keto form of acetyl acetone. Now what is here? It is OH group. OH group is called OL. And what is here? And it is a double bond. Double bond is called EN. So is a enol form. There is a enol form of acetyl acetone. There is a enol form of acetyl acetone. There is a keto form of acetyl acetone. So there are two forms. So this forms this and this forms this. So they simultaneously exist. These two compounds, they exist simultaneously. If you take acetyl acetone, you will have a keto compound it will give the properties of ketone, and it will also give the properties of alcohol and unsaturated compound. Hence, simultaneously they are existing and they are spontaneously interconvertible. So, acetyl acetone has two forms, a keto form, because the carbonyl group, they are the two keto groups. So, keto form, and other is a enol form. This another example I can give you, acetic ester, acetic ester. So, AE, what is this? AE. So, if you just, this is a Kataka of organic chemistry. So, if you rotate it, so this becomes what? Ethyl acetoacetate. So, this is EAA. So, you see acetoacetic ester, ethyl acetoacetate, they are the same compound. So, we will write the formula. This is ethyl acetoacetate. So, what is acetate? So, this is CS3COOH. This is acetic acid. This acetic acid. Then what is acetate? CS3COO. So, this is acetate. This acetate. Then what is ethyl acetate? CS3COOC2H5 is ethyl acetate. Children, I am teaching you how to get a formula of a compound. I don't want to remember the formula of ethyl acetoacetate. It is acetoacetate. This is ethyl acetate. Now what has happened to this? What has happened? Aceto group is attached. Aceto group is attached. Where the aceto group will be attached? At the methyl group. At the methyl group. So this will be, what is the aceto group? CS3CO group is called aceto group. So this is bonded to this CS2COOC2H5. So this is ethyl acetate part and this is aceto part. So this is your aceto, this is our aceto, this is ethyl acetate. So hence the compound is called ethyl acetate. So one need not remember in organic chemistry, please forget that wrong convention. In first year when you are reading 11th class, your teachers must have told you, please remember, please remember, please I say you, please forget. Don't remember. You derive this acetic acid, this acetate, this ethyl acetate, then aceto substitution attached this. So this is now the compound, my CS3CO, CS2, COOC2, OC2H5. So this group is called active methylene group because this side one negative group, this side one negative group. So this is an active methylene group. Active methylene group. This group is called active. This group is called active methylene group. This group called active methylene group. So these hydrogen atoms are very active. So this one hydrogen can go to this place. So we can write this compound as CS3COH double bond CH CS2 COOC2H5. We wrote like this. So in this compound you say they both have the same molecular formula. Now both have the same molecular formula, and here you have a OH group, this is OL, and here it is double bond, it is EN. So this is enol form of EAA, ethyl acetoacetate, and here both are, this is a keto form. So there is a keto form of ethyl acetoacetate. So they are simultaneously existing. So we write a form symbol like this. This is becoming this, and this is also becoming this. So they are spontaneously existing. When two isomers, two functional isomers exist spontaneously in a dynamic equilibrium, are said to exhibit tautomerism. It's a type of functional isomerism. This is an extension of functional isomerism. When two functional isomers simultaneously, two spontaneously interconvertible functional isomers, when exist in dynamic equilibrium, they are said to exhibit tautomerism. So this is a very important acetoethyl acetoacetate or acetoacetic ester is a very important compound for students of organic chemistry, used as a various starting material for many compounds. So this is the one. So next class I will explain you about this, how they are spontaneously existing, we can explain, and the last one we can discuss in our next class, that is called ring chain isomerism. Ring chain isomerism. So you can subscribe our channel so that when the next class will come, that for ring chain isomerism, I will explain ring chain isomerism. In that class, what will I do? I will take different compounds, molecular formula, and try to find out CPFRTM of that molecular formula. We will take many compounds, and in that class we can write the isomers. We will write their IPEC names, and how to know how to write the IPEC name you can learn, and also how to write the isomers you can learn. Thank you very much for your patient listening to the class.